I did my soccer draft on my phone. She goes to it. I know she's not understaffed, overstressed because she's got a lot of.
Okay, everyone, it's 1 o'clock. Call the August 1st Board of Commissioner meeting to order. Today we'll start out with a prayer from Commissioner Sarkella and the pledge from Commissioner Lee.
Before we begin, I'd like to say a couple words. I just finished reading a book, 1776, and it's about obviously the founding of America in that whole year. So it was kind of a synopsis of what the country was going through at that point in time. And it's a wonder that there's a country at all. It just really impressed upon me what they had to go through, particularly the perseverance of General Washington and the defeats he went through to be able to finally move forward. And so it just really made me appreciate the fact that we're able to do what we do here in this country.
Yeah.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, we thank you for the day and for the opportunity to gather, especially in a free country. We're grateful for all that you provide for us. We ask you would be with our friends and neighbors who suffer damage. And we ask that also you would be with anybody that may have been injured in the storms that came through. We ask you would be with us also today as we make decisions, and we impress upon us that all good things do come through you. In your son's name we pray. Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Leslie, roll call, please.
District 1 Chairman John Black.
Present.
District 2 Commissioner Roger Ballard.
Present.
District 3 Commissioner Gary Heberling.
Here.
District 4 Commissioner Bill Sarkella.
Here.
District 5 Commissioner Christine Lee. Present. District 6 Commissioner Evans Ehart.
Here.
District 7 Commissioner John Moody.
Thank you, Leslie. If there are no corrections, additions, or deletions to today's agenda, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented. So moved. Support. I have a motion from Commissioner Ballard, support from Commissioner Ehart. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Agenda is adopted. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve our meeting minutes from July 18th if there are no additions, corrections, or deletions.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion from Commissioner Heberling. Is there support?
Support.
Support from Commissioner Lee. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. You received your correspondence from Jody through email the other day. We'll go into commissioner reports and we will start with Commissioner Ballard.
Since the last meeting, I attended the Evergreen Township meeting, just normal business, over the bills and such, and they're planning for their 150th anniversary celebration. It'll be in September, the 16th at the Evergreen Fire Hall, and they've called it Shabona Palooza. So they've got quite a few activities on tap, so should be fun. That's all I have.
Thank you, Roger. Gary?
Tonight I have a township meeting at Watertown, and then tomorrow night at Moortown up in Snover. And tonight we have our Parks Board meeting tonight at Forest Park. That's my end of my report.
Thank you, Gary. Bill?
Just Carsonville this time. They had a water project presentation, light discussion, and then they're moving forward with a summer festival as well with various things going on. That's all I have.
Very good. Thank you, Bill. Christine?
I attended the Village of Peck meeting and they got a grant and they're fixing 40 fire hydrants. And Cork Hardware on July 1st celebrated 95 years in business. Then I attended Elmer Township and there's still the blight. And they were wondering, do any of the other townships rent a dumpster or whatever, have a dump day? If you can find out and I can let them know. And then Elk Township, I attended their meeting and their fire department went to that. They attended 2 training classes, but they were really raving about the grain rescue. And they said that was a very informative class. They went on and on how good that class went. It says it takes 3.5 hours for a rescue. And then they're going to looking to redo their kitchen, and that's it.
Thank you, Christine. I have nothing for Commissioner report today.
I went to the Lexington Council meeting last Monday and met the new city manager, Lori. She seems like she's hitting the ground running there. Also went to the Lexington Township meeting, did the same business with them, bills and stuff behind. They're all working on a, what's it called, a contract with Crawlville to take care of the bike path. They're all working on that. So that, I know.
Okay, thank you, Evans. John?
Your report.
Okay.
A couple coming up.
Gotcha. That will conclude commissioner reports. Nathan, your administrator report, please.
Thank you. Big focus over the last week has been departments have been getting their budgets in. So our office, I've been working with the finance director, Christy Bender, closely. We've been going through budgets, trying to get everything to balance out. So that'll be a work in progress. They have this weekend is Deckerville Homecoming. They're having the Deckerville Homecoming Days over there. They've got an event, a family fun fair on Friday from 10 a.m. to noon that we'll be going over to partake in and pass out some information regarding the county. So, and the Santa Ana County Fair will be taking place next week. So just want to make sure everybody was aware of that. That has quickly come upon us as July has breezed past us. So and that's all I have. What's the date there? The 6th through the 12th.
Any further questions for Nathan? Hearing none. Nathan, thank you for your report. At this time, we'll entertain public comments pertaining to today's agenda. Are there any public comments pertaining to the agenda today? Seeing none, we'll move on to interviews. For Community Mental Health Board, we have Angela Weber. Is Angela, if you would step up to the podium, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, I don't think I know anybody else, but I'm a nurse practitioner. I've been the RN for 23 years. Went back and got my nurse practitioner just almost 10 years ago now. Before that, I worked at the health department as a director of nursing for 12 years. And then I've been working in family practice for the last 10 years. So I actually got a call from Will. I've thought about serving on boards, but I've just never did it. And so Will called and I just thought it would be a really good opportunity. He wanted some primary care voice on the board and just someone who's familiar with working with mental health patients, which I'm definitely very familiar with that, especially after working at the health department now with my current role. So, but why not? Sounds like fun.
Very good. Any questions for her? Okay, hearing none, we appreciate you being here today.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, for the library board interview, Kurt Wenzel. Kurt, welcome.
Well, I've been on the library board. I'm not sure. I think it's 10 years, but I'm really not sure. I'm a retired now teacher. I taught at Sandusky for 23 years. And before that, I taught at various places. I taught at community college and went down in Detroit. I've been on the board because they needed somebody and apparently we haven't done much. We get the measure on the ballot so it can be renewed. And that's for all of the libraries in the county. Other than that, I think libraries are incredibly important. And I know they're all, everybody struggles with budget, so anything they can get will be helpful.
Very good. Any questions for Kurt? Seeing none, we appreciate you being here today.
Okay, thank you.
That will conclude interviews. That'll take us into appointments, and I will entertain a motion to appoint Angela Weber for a partial 3-year term expiring 3/31 of 26. Roger, I think you were the quickest on the draw there. Is there support? Okay, so I have a motion from Commissioner Ballard, support from Commissioner Ehart to appoint Angela Weber to the Community Mental Health Board. Is there any discussion?
I just want to say, I think Angela will be a great addition to the board with, there's more of a tie-in nowadays between not just mental health, but mental health and whole body health. And I think that's important.
I think that's the concept that Will talks about getting people out of silos, right?
It's nice to have somebody from the northern part of the county.
Yeah, absolutely.
On a board.
I mean, we love the people from District 1, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Angela, you're appointed. Thank you. At this time, we'll entertain a motion to appoint Kurt Wenzel to a 5-year term on the library board.
I'd like to make that motion to appoint Kurt Wenzel to the library board.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Heberlein, support from Commissioner Moody. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Kurt, you're reappointed. Thank you for your service. That will conclude appointments to boards. There's no need for 13B or 14. There is no general resolutions today, so we will move into committee reports and we will start with Commissioner Moody.
No report.
Okay, Commissioner Ehart?
I had HDC a week and a half ago. Again, same business going on there, nothing new. I think that's all I had between last meeting and this meeting.
Okay. I was at the Sandusky Airport today meeting with our airport, so San Luis County Airport Zoning Ordinance Administrator, Don Johnson, who is also the manager of the city of Sandusky Airport. As everyone's aware, Liberty Power is aiming to build a wind farm in the southern part of the county. They're intending to use wind turbines that are taller than what the airport zoning ordinance allows. So they have officially requested a variance. So I actually received the paperwork today. We're guesstimating somewhere into probably October would be the timeframe that meeting would take place to provide the board enough time to review all the documents. As I showed, it's a lengthy thing. So that's all I have. Christine?
No report.
Okay. Bill?
Board of Public Works met, there's no projects currently going on with them. And then Transportation Board was a week ago. They're having some turbo issues. The turbos on the buses have been going out, but also the fact that the buses have 350,000 miles on them, the turbos are kind of beyond their life expectancy. So they're continuing to wait for buses and vans. There was a 6% budget increase for them. I don't know how much that's going to help because the price of the vehicles have gone up so drastically that may just put a dent by a couple bumpers in the door maybe. And there's issues with bus frames as well because of the fact that they run on the dirt roads. A lot of the older buses are rotting away from underneath. So they're looking at there might be some one-time funding coming from the state. So we discussed the potential of having a bus wash. So something that would be able to clean those frames off. So then subsequently they don't rot away quicker than they're supposed to.
Do they do any kind of rust preventative through like Crown or New Oil? Have they ever attempted to utilize any of those services?
No, they have not, but that was also discussed as well as the possibility of moving forward. But unfortunately, we can't get new rigs right now.
Right. Yeah. So you're stuck.
Yeah.
That is something that in my time on the Board of Education in Deckerville, we started that process where all the new buses we bought, we would have them crowned. Because our bus mechanic would tell us that every time we got red tagged, it was typically due to a corrosion issue of some kind. So that might be when you finally are able to get some new vehicles.
Exactly. And that's all I have.
Okay. Thank you, Bill. Gary?
As I already stated earlier, we have a Parks Board meeting tonight. And secondly, Jen, I referred a concerned citizen to you yesterday. I don't know if she got a hold of
She
you
did.
over the culvert. So I told her that you'd look into it for her and help her out. And then as Nathan Wright said, the San Luis County Fair is coming this week. And as I'm chairman of our FFA alumni for San Luis County, I'm going to put a little bit of a plug in. The first thing you'll see is the FFA Miracle of Life Barn when you come in. So be sure to visit that. And there is a change at the fair, and I might as well say, and I don't understand it completely, but rather than drive in and pay at the gate, there's going to be no more paying at the gate. You park, then you go and you put, what do they have at McDonald's where you order? Kiosk. So that's how you're going to get into the fair. So good luck with that. They think they've got it planned out all right, but you're going to be able to park, and then where the 4-H eat stand is where the entryway is going to be. And you can get bypasses ahead of time now to get in from the fairground office there from Colleen. It's going to be different. So I'm just kind of giving you a heads up that you'll be going through a Kia to get in the fair.
So did they not charge for parking before, or was that just included all one price?
Yeah,
One
you
price.
basically pay for that to get in and it covers your rides. Okay. So if you're just gonna get food, can you go in and still have to pay, or like?
Honestly, I don't know. I know Brian Williams is our chair of a group I'm with, their organization. He tried to explain it. So I went and seen. No, I didn't. I called Colleen. Debbie and I were driving down to Milford the other day, and she tried to explain it. I still don't get it totally. And they think they've got it planned out, but I just forewarn you, it's not going to be. You're not going to drive in and pay someone. No.
Okay.
And, you know, with anything, the first time, there's always a few issues.
Hopefully they'll have staff by the kiosk.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Well, very good. Thank you, Gary. Roger?
The 25th, last Tuesday, I believe it was, I had a CMH meeting. There's always lots going on at CMH, CCBHC grant, ongoing work on that. They did make a change in their purchasing policy where now they can purchase up to $10,000 without board approval. They have a lot of things that come up down there, and recently it was air conditioners. So, but they all are very diligent about pricing and comparing prices, so don't see any issues with that. Tonight, we have a park board meeting. Today, I had a bid opening for the sewer expansion at Evergreen. We did receive 4 bids. There was about a $1 million spread in the cost. We've had a couple come in very favorable. I'm not going to talk about amounts right now until we get a chance for the engineering firm to review those. But very favorable for the parks, and that's good for us because with all these disasters we've been having, we've had a lot of unexpected money going out. So looking forward to that. Tomorrow I'll be going to Lexington Park to meet with the contractor on repairing the pavilion that was damaged in the storm. I'm hoping I can get on the phone with the adjuster and the agency, insurance company, excuse me, and give them the okay to start demo. They'd like to start demo tomorrow. The adjuster was good with the initial price they gave, but we had a couple of additional things to add, so we should have all that information tomorrow.
Okay.
And get started, because she's got that running out here in the next couple of weeks. So I think that's about it. A lot going on with parks, that's for sure.
I was down to Delaware Park here a couple weeks ago, and is it Forrester goes down and kind of maintains
Yeah, they
that?
mow
And the grass was mowed. There wasn't, everything were clean. It looked nice down there.
Yeah.
So they're doing a good job of
Yeah,
keeping.
they do. They go up on a regular basis.
I've noticed a lot of cars at 4 Mile Scenic Turnout where there's beach access there, and you can't see Delaware much when you drive by, but I think the usage of the lakeshore parks has been up this year.
Delaware's always been busy in the summer. You get a hot summer day, sometimes there's 30, 40 cars or more down there.
Yeah.
So it gets utilized. I wish we had about 6.3 million to utilize it.
Well, if you ever stumble across, at least you know what to do with it.
I got my eye open for it.
Make it nice.
Very good. Appreciate everyone's committee reports. I see no need for unfinished business, so we'll move into new business. And we will start out with FA 108-23, approval of 2023 current claims.
Santa Ana County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the payment of current claims for 2023 identified on the accounts payable report dated July 25th, 2023 for the general bank account, the amount of $148,177.59.
Support.
I have a motion from Finance Chairman Sarkella, support from Commissioner Lee. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 109-23, a budget adoptions, amendments, appropriations, and transfers.
Santa Ana County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the following amendments and establishes the following accounts as listed.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella. Is there support? Support from Commissioner Heberlein. Is there discussion?
Just one thing, I got with Finance Director, Christie, and requested the addition of some expense lines for firewood for the parks. They go through a lot of firewood and we don't always have enough, so they have to purchase it. So I asked her to add some expense lines. Those mistakenly got put in the revenue line. So
Okay.
for right now, there's going to be 2 revenue lines until she gets it changed. I just caught that this morning.
Okay. Any further discussion related to FA 109-23? Hearing none, all in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 110-23, authorization for funding Blue Water Conservation District.
Santa Ana County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes a 3-year commitment to the Blue Water Conservation District for the purpose of providing a full-time technician for 3 years dedicated to aiding with implementing farm bill programs in Santa Ana County at an amount not to exceed $10,000 per year for fiscal year 2024, fiscal year 2025, and fiscal year 2026, with funding from the Environmental Trust Fund.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella. Is there support? Support from Commissioner Heberlin. Is there discussion?
I just want to make sure everyone understands this is an ongoing, this isn't something new. This-
Right. Yeah.
Redo.
Gary, do you know roughly, I mean, we've been partnering with the Blue Water Conservation District for
It's
20
been
years.
forever. Yeah, maybe longer than that. Yeah. It's went by different names over years, but
And I think in the presentation we got 2 weeks ago, so far this year for our $10,000 investment, they've brought $2 million into the county
Yeah.
to support farmers and agriculture.
they do a great job. Good board.
Okay, any further discussion related to FA 110-23? Hearing none, all in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 111-23, approval of professional counseling center life skills agreement, Department of Health and Human Services.
Sandline County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the Professional Counseling Center Life Skills Agreement for fiscal year 2023 at a cost not to exceed $90,000 of the reimbursement of 50% through the State of Michigan Child Care Fund, and further authorizes the board chairman to sign the necessary agreement.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella, support from Commissioner Ehart. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 112-23, approval of newspaper of record agreement.
Sandline County Board of Commissioners hereby approves renewing the newspaper record agreement effective August 2nd, 2023 to August 1, 2025, contingent upon reviewing the requirements of the new law regarding online advertising.
Is there support?
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella, support from Commissioner Lee. Is there discussion? So in our last finance meeting, I had said I had gotten an email about this. I found, as a matter of fact, losing her name. She was here in that meeting. Casey was here. I asked her to look into it. I got an email the same day from them indicating all the information that we needed. So they are 100% doing it the right way. So
Requirements here are all set.
correct. Is there any further discussion related to FA 112-23?
It is Sandline County News.
Correct. Anything further? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. That concludes new business, and that will take us into general public comments. Are there any general public comments today? Will?
I just wanted to thank the commissioners for my new appointment. Very much appreciated. It's going to be very good for us in community mental health regarding moving forward with our CCBHC application. Hopefully we'll hear about that in about 30 days, and that is approved. Starting October 1st, will become a demonstration site for the state, which means behavioral health services will be available for a significant percentage of the community that currently has to either drive, could be hours away, or just doesn't have close enough access. And secondarily, just to let you know, we did purchase, it was in the paper, we purchased the Stoliker building. So we are in the process of moving our industrial program. So we will have our own little campus on the west side of Sandusky, which will be easier for our folks to be able to move around versus requiring transportation to go from one side to the other. So lots of positive changes coming down, and I appreciate all of your support through the years. So thank you.
Very good.
Well, if I may ask, and maybe it's too early to ask a question like that, what's your intention with the Stoliker building? Is it going to be raised and put something else in there? Is it?
No, we're gonna refurbish it, obviously, and update it, put some additions in or changes in it, and then we're gonna take our facility on Green Acres, our creative enterprises program, our industrial program, and move it into the Stoliker building. So we will no longer have the property across from the fairgrounds that was purchased by Kendra IT, who is moving into that facility. So we'll just be all in one location.
Very good. Thank you, Will. We appreciate the input. Are there any further public comments today?
My name is Diane Ferguson. I'd like to thank the board for this public comment time. I sent an email to all board members over the weekend. I'd like to confirm that you received it.
I did.
And I'd also like to confirm that I am correct on if the Watertown Township does not appoint a new supervisor within the 40, I believe it is a 45-day time limit to what I'm here to confirm, is that correct?
So I researched the statutes surrounding that and that is not the case. So it is up to the township board to appoint a new person. I don't have the statute here in front of me, but then it would fall then to the county board of election commissioners, which is not us.
Okay.
But then it indicates a scenario for that, but then also if the board doesn't appoint somebody, the law does state a time frame in which the county clerk would then call a special election.
Okay.
And if you stay after the meeting, I could probably dig up that statute and share it with you so that you would have a chance to review it yourself if you wish.
Yeah, I can do that. And if I do, and I've also sent emails, of course, to the Watertown Township Board, notifying them that I am interested in running and applying for the township supervisor position. And if I do get that position, I look forward to working with Gary Eberling in the future. And I think the board for your time.
Thank
Any
you.
questions? I think it.
Is there any further public comment today? Okay, seeing none, we will move on. I see no need for closed session or approval of closed session minutes. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a motion from Commissioner Ballard, support from Commissioner Lee to adjourn at 1:25. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We are adjourned.
Oh, wow.